Hello friends, welcome to my screencast, and I'm recording this session as a part of our module 2 assignment of the ongoing IB professional development, where we are expected to suggest some external tools which could be useful in planning activities in an online workshop. I'm sure that all of you will agree that the main difference between the face-to-face and the online workshop is the way participants and the facilitator communicate with each other. While it's quite obvious that in the face-to-face scenario, the communication is generally verbal, and that's for a simple reason that all the participants and the facilitator, they are working from the same location. However, this is not the case in an online workshop scenario, and that's because all the participants and the facilitator, they are working remotely from different locations as far as a country or even the continents. And this brings the need for digital platforms using which the participants can take part in the ongoing workshop, they can exchange ideas, they can take part in the activities, and so on and so forth. In most of the online workshops, we generally see that the main mode of exchange of information on the interface is in the text format, which means if the facilitator has to communicate something with the participants, they would just go to the module, type the instructions, and then send it across to the participants. In turn, if the participants have to respond or complete any activities, they would also be using the text-based approach in order to share their reflections. However, thanks to technology, that now we have so many tools using which we can make our interactions more interactive and much beyond the text-based approach. And in this screencast, I'm going to share with you the functionality of one of the tools that I use quite frequently, and I find it very useful for online workshops like this, because using this tool you can really make the communication between the participants and the facilitator very interactive. And since we are expected to relate this tool to one of the activities that we would plan for our workshop, so I thought I would like to use this tool for the very first assignment, where the participants and the facilitator introduce themselves and then they reply to each other's post. And the tool I'm talking about is VoiceThread. It's a wonderful interactive and collaborative tool using which not only you can post your own reflections using any of the modes, for example the text, the voice or the video, but at the same time the others can respond to your post using any of these modes. And this really makes the communication much more interactive as compared to the text-based responses. One of the very first requirements to use this tool is to register on VoiceThread, and the process is very simple. First you go to voicethread.com and click on register. It will ask you to provide certain details, which includes your name, your email address, and once you have provided all these details and click on register, an activation key will go to your email address. Go to your email and click on the activation link, and as soon as you do that, your account gets registered and you are all set to post your first voice thread. So once your account is registered, then you go to sign in, and using your email you can log into the voice thread. If it's a Google account, you can sign in using Google, and if it's a non-Google, then you can go to sign in with the email. So as you can see that I have currently logged into my VoiceThread account using my Gmail, and you see my dashboard is currently empty, and that's for a very simple reason that I haven't posted any VoiceThread using this account. So I'm going to now create my first VoiceThread, and when you click on create my first VoiceThread, it asks you to select the media. Now there are various different forms of media that you can select. If you have a file which is already existing on your computer, then you give the path of that file through this My Computer option. And if you want to record something live, you can select audio recording. But what I generally prefer is that instead of having a blank screen in the audio recording, it's always good to have a presentation running in the background, and then you do the voiceover. So for doing that, you can click My Computer. Let's say I pick up a presentation which is already there on my computer. So it's uploading the media and will take a little while, and once it is uploaded, you will see the thumbnails appearing on the left side. So it's asking me for the title. So let's say I give the title as intro, save, and as soon as this process is completed, I will see all my slides of the PowerPoint presentation listed over here. So the processing takes a little time depending on the size of your document, but generally it is done within 30 seconds to 1 minute. And now you can see that all the slides which I had in the PowerPoint are loaded here. So the next step would be that since we are going to do the voiceover on the slides and not independently, for that we go to the comment section, and once you go to the comment section, it will load the first slide in front of you, and you can choose any of these media items. But since we are going to use the VoiceThread, so I'll select this voice. It will take a little while, countdown timer, and now it's all set. So whatever I'm speaking now is getting added to this slide. Now one may say that how is this different from the screencast, because in screencast we are doing exactly the same thing. So the difference is not until this level. The difference would come next once our VoiceThread recording is over, and I'll show you that once it is done. Now in the meantime, if you want to just scroll between the slides, you can keep doing that, and everything that we are speaking is getting recorded under the VoiceThread. So this was about the VoiceThread that we already spoke about. Now since we are trying to connect this tool with one of the activities, and I said that the best activity I see relevant to this tool is the introduction session. Now we would, as the facilitator, we can post our introduction on the meet and greet page and share that link with the participants. When the participants get that link, they can either respond to my post, or otherwise they can post their independent introduction as well. Now the benefit is that every thread that we start in the VoiceThread, that can accept the comments from other members in any of the formats, such as they can respond in the form of text, in the form of video, in the form of voice, or several other mediums which you saw on the first page of VoiceThread. So the idea is that whatever we are speaking now, that is getting recorded under the VoiceThread tool, and this will be the background which will be visible to the users when they open my link. So now let's say that I am done with my recording, and I now want to post it to the public for them to post their reflections. And for doing that, I need to stop the recording first, and then you can see that it's in the process of uploading. Again, the uploading time is not much. And now it's all set. So whatever I'm speaking now is getting added to this slide. Okay. Now I was hearing my own voice back, so I put it on hold for some time. Now that it's recorded and everything is set, so that means my VoiceThread recording is completed. Now in the next step, I'm going to show you how we are going to share this with the other participants for them to comment on this. For doing that, we should close this window, and once we have closed the window, we can go to the home page, and on the home page you will see the VoiceThread recording that we have just done. And here, if you go to this option share, it will give you the URL. Now there are certain settings that we need to do for the first time. Who has access? So we can change this to public. You can see that by default it's private, so we change it to anyone can view or anyone can comment. So since we are doing it within the closed workshop participants, so we can select anyone can comment. After doing this, then you can go back to the basic, copy this link, and now this link can be posted as one of the posts on the workshop meet and greet page. Now let's say that the facilitator recorded their VoiceThread and shared the link with the participants in the meet and greet page. Once the participants get that link, they will be able to play it provided they already have an account with the VoiceThread. Now, in order to show you the functionality, how that recording will look to the participants, I'm now logged into another account as a participant, let's say, and I will try and use the link which we created from the main account. Here you can see certain files. I'll talk about this a little later if time permits. So what I'm going to do now is I copied the link from the previous account where I created the VoiceThread, and I'm now going to access that link on another account. So when I open this, you will see that my VoiceThread, which I recorded from my main account, is now visible over here. So up to this point, it's exactly same like how we do the screen recording. There is nothing different because you can do the screen recording, upload it to the cloud and share the link. The difference comes in the VoiceThread in the sense that I cannot just watch this VoiceThread now or listen to the VoiceThread, but I can also add my comments as a viewer. So when you play this, let's say I play this, so it's playing for me. I'm able to listen to my voice through the microphone. And in the process of watching, let's say that I found something interesting at this point and I want to leave a comment for the creator of this VoiceThread. So the process is very simple. My cursor is here. I go to comment and I can again select either text-based comment or voice or video, or I can even upload a file from my local machine. So adding a voice or adding a text is very, very simple. This is a great presentation. Thanks for sharing, and I just save it. Now you can see here that a new thumbnail has been created here on the left side with my name. Actually, this is, you may get confused with that name and this name, but these two are two different accounts. So the one which I created was my original account, and this is the participant's account. So this is added to this VoiceThread, and when the original creator will watch this VoiceThread again, he or she will be able to see the comment posted. And so I have posted the comment, then I continue playing it. Okay, now let's say that we have asked the participant to, okay, at this point, let's say that the participants want to introduce themselves. So they want to add it over here. So they go back to the comment and they select the comment in the form of audio. So now you can see that the audio recording is again starting, and this particular audio will be added to the same place where I had put my cursor before starting the recording. So it went to the start by mistake. So it's actually putting my comment right in the beginning of the slide, but that's not actually mandatory. You can take your cursor to any part of the VoiceThread and then you can add your comment over there. So let's say I have added my comment as a participant. I stop it. It's uploading, and you will see one more thumbnail would be created on the left side with my name. So I click on save, and you can see here that my second thread has also come. So this was the main creator. This is participant number 1. This is participant number 2, and this way you can go to any number of responses to your VoiceThread. Now this was an audio, and you can see that it's playing what was recorded. Okay, so that's the benefit of voice recording, that people can share their reflections through their voice recording, and the participants can respond to them to a specific point or anywhere in the slide. Now, as I said, that I have used this VoiceThread quite extensively because this was part of one of the tools during my MEd program, and you can see that this was a collaborative group work, although the submissions were individual, and this was my portfolio submission. And you can see the number of comments that have been given by other participants into different parts of my presentation. So if I play this, I'm able to play my VoiceThread, and if I want to go to any specific comments that has been given by different users, I can just scroll between them. It's taking a little while because of internet speed, but otherwise it plays quite smoothly. So you can see that so many comments are there, and I can scroll between the comments. These are mostly text-based, but it's not necessary. You can actually add any form. Now suppose that I want to add a new comment at this point. I just bring the cursor and add a comment and select the tool using which I want to comment. So this is all about this presentation. I